Awesome. What's going on, everyone? All right, we're seeing who hops on here. Wait a little bit. Got the tarot deck here. Wild Unknown. What's going on, everyone? Got Instagram and Facebook and YouTube going all at the same time. We'll be checking back and forth. Facebook, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I've had trouble with my microphone past couple of times. Same thing with Blake. What's going on? Tonight we're doing a channeled live reading about society and where society is going and what we need to know. And in order to do this, we're going to find out from the tarot deck and any other intuition that comes through me as a channel and as a guide for what we need to know. And this is going to be fun, interactive, right? If you guys have questions you want to talk about it during the actual experience. And it should be exciting here. Okay. So welcome if you're new and brand new to everything else. The tarot is an amazing way. Let me just start out with who I am and why I'm doing this. So my name's Brandon, and I'm here because I felt a deep calling to get out here in public and to start using my gifts more. And it's been very recent that this transformation has happened. I don't know why. I feel like we're all kind of opening up in ways that we don't even realize why it's happening, but it's extremely important and it's extremely vital, and it's happening to everyone. So if you're feeling this way, if you're feeling like, okay, things are changing, things are shifting, not really sure what's going to go on, but something's happening. There's transformation in the air. There's a death of the old self and there's a reformation of something brand new. So it's very exciting times. Very exciting times. And no one is joining my Instagram. Gosh, it's making me feel so lonely. But at least someone's, I see someone on YouTube and Facebook. I think I've got 4 people, so that's amazing. So here's what we're going to do. Literally, I'm going to open up this like ceremony with all of you guys watching. Okay, so I really need you guys, if you guys are on Facebook, if you guys are on YouTube, wherever you're at, just say something so I know you're there, so I know you're watching. And so you guys can be a part of this, because this is going to be reading on your energy too. Okay, I want to be clear about that. We're bringing in everyone who's watching and everyone who will watch this. Okay, I'm just going to leave that out. Tarot card just popped up. Didn't even shuffle officially. In order to find out these answers. So, and if you guys have questions or answers about anything, let me know in the chat. Okay. But this is going to be a reading about society and where we're going, what is going on, where we're headed, and what we need to know. So what I'm feeling right now is we're going to do at least 3 rows of 7 cards each. And those 3 rows are going to tell the story of what's going on with society and what we need to know. Okay, and these are going to be important messages, I feel, for us to become aware of. The first row is going to be our recent past, or where we're coming from as a society. The second row is going to be our present right now, what's going on. And the third row is going to be, what's up, Divine? I see you on YouTube. Beautiful. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm sure hopefully my mic's working. And the third row is going to be our future, where we're headed to in the future. And this is the one I kind of feel like I want to focus on a little bit more. So we might draw some clarity and we might ask the guides any questions. So again, if you guys have questions, leave them in the chat. Okay, we'll get to them. And we're going to do some channeling here. So just before we even get started, the first card that popped out was Justice. As I was just talking about all these things, it just kind of automatically shuffled out. I feel like this is going to be crowning the whole read right now. So this is a balancing of the scales and things evening out through the means of karmic release. So anything and everyone who's built up karma from past lives, or even within this lifetime, or done something that's not quite right, that shit is balancing out in a major way right now. Right? Yeah. So we're just going to put this overseeing right there. If you guys can't see it, it's in the corner of my area here. All right, I'm going to give this a shuffle or two, and then we're going to get started. So we are using the Wild Unknown Tarot tonight, and didn't plan on it, but there's a reason for that for sure. Intuitively, I'm just feeling like we are going through just a wild ride of a time, and we're in the middle of darkness. We don't really know how to move forward in the darkness, and the whole trick is coming together in that darkness in order to move forward. So if you're feeling like you're kind of reaching like blindly, right? Reaching blindly and not really sure what's going on or what to do, that's okay. That's normal. That's the part of life that we're all in right now together. And it's a scary, scary time. It's a scary, scary part. Terrifying almost. All right. All right. Let's give this a couple more shuffles. We're good to go. So Wild Unknown Tarot is perfect because we are diving into the wild unknown right now as a society, and we don't know where the heck we're going, what is going on, why we're going through it. And really, I think, what comes to me is I'm just looking for some clarity about what's going on. And I haven't really asked, honestly, I haven't really asked my guides, or I haven't really asked for channeled guidance on this subject yet. So it's interesting that I decided to do this publicly for the first time. I have no idea what's going to come through, truly. Ooh, that kind of worked. All right, that was the last shuffle. So remember, we have justice crowning the entire read. That is the theme of the entire reading for tonight. Balancing the scales, karmic justice, karmic ends coming to a closure very soon here. And individuals on their journey wrapping up any karma that has been slowing or bogging them down right now. So if you are dealing with tough times, you might be dealing with some karma. You might be dealing with some karmics. You might be dealing with people who are meant to trigger you in the best of ways so you can come into your power and your strength. So if that is happening, if you're getting triggered, hey, Spirit Living, what's going on? That is totally, totally normal. Okay, it's a very triggering time. And that those triggers are meant to make you more powerful if you go into the triggers. That's the whole trick. If you are feeling scared, fearful, stressed, anxious, depressed, whatever that shit is for you that's coming up right now, and I know there's shit coming up for you right now, so you can't lie. You can't be hiding from the triggers. Go into it. Okay? Go into it. Accept it and say yes to it. And when you do that, you transform that into awareness, and you become aware of whatever that trigger is for you and why it's there and what it's bringing you towards. Yeah? All right, so as I said, we're going to do 777 as a draw. And the first row is going to be our recent past as a society. This is as a society in a world. Okay, so we're doing, what does the world need to know right now? Okay, that's going to be channeled through. And actually, let me just do that right now. So calling in my guides, calling in my angels, calling in the ancestors, loved ones, wise ones, any ascended masters who want to come through as well. And any of the guides from the collective or my audience currently watching right now that want to participate, calling you all in right now, inviting you in to this reading so we can have clarity on what's going on right now as a society and get our questions answered as much as is for our highest good, of course, so we can move forward together in these dark times, right? It's different moving through the darkness than it is the light. Is it not, guys? Yeah, it's very different. All right, here we go. 3 rows, Spirit, please. 3 rows, Spirit, please. Past, present, and future. Tell the story of what's going on in society right now and what we all need to know in order to ultimately move forward. Here we go. Beautiful. So those are those two rows. And then I'm going to put the third row over here. Okay, this is so cool. So right off the bat, bottom of the deck, we have the star. So the important message here, or the important theme, is to have hope right now and to know that everything that's happening is divine destiny, and that everything that's happening right now is ultimately for our highest good. And that's the most important message that I feel I can bring tonight. Is there's so much chaos and so much drama and so much I just saw 11:11 too, so much uncertainty in the air right now that most people are forgetting that this is all for our highest good. This is all so we can grow and evolve. This is all so we can progress as a society. The star on the bottom of the deck here. And what's interesting is, or we already have, so crowning the reading, we have justice. We have justice, okay, overseeing the entire thing. And bottom of the deck, we have the star. So it's almost like the star has been forgotten about. It's on the bottom of the deck. It's something that's unforeseen. It's something that's happening behind the scenes that we're not quite aware of, but it's ultimately for our highest good. So keep that in mind as all this is happening, right? The theme of tonight is that you may not see that this is happening in the best, like you might not perceive this as happening in the best possible ways. You may be frustrated with the process or fearful or anxious or whatever it is, but ultimately it's happening so that we can evolve and move on to new horizons, the star. Move forward and progress on into new horizons, the star card. All right, so let's get into the reading here. Again, if you guys are on YouTube, right, want to definitely have a conversation. If you guys have questions about, read the reading, the guides that are here right now, ask some questions, right? Let's get into it. We'll definitely pull some clarifiers for any questions you guys might have. But we're just going to start with the recent past for society and the world and where we're coming from. Okay, so that's this first row. Wow. Wow. Okay. So we have, here are the cards here, guys. We have the Hermit, so our recent past, the Three of Cups, the Death card, the Tower card, the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Yeah, not the prettiest of times. I'll say that. And the Ace of Swords. Okay, so right off the bat, we are definitely clearly, right, in our recent past as a society, but this is good, right, because it can only go up from here, I feel. Coming from a time of isolation, the Hermit. Isolation and positivity, though. So the isolation almost brought a new sense of positivity to the collective. And it was actually transmuted into a positive thing. Most people thought it was going to be terrible, or it was going to be bad, or it was going to be like, but actually it brought people closer together. That's the unforeseen forces working right now, is that all these things that are happening actually brought us closer, because it stopped, what I'm getting from this too, the Three of Cups, it allowed us to stop taking things for granted, or specifically people for granted. And now we see people as like in company and hanging out with people in person as cherished. It's funny. I was out the other night and, I just seen a friend that, Tim, if you're watching, Tim, that I hadn't seen in 8 months, because after everything that's happened. And I just was so grateful to see and be with him and just hang out and not even just talk to him. It was incredible. Even though I've seen him and talked to him online and virtually, it was a different experience getting to be with him in person. And I really feel like this is allowing us to realize like how much we had taken that for granted, like being around other people. So next up, we have the Death and the Tower. Right after each other, too. That's the crazy part. Death and then the Tower. So everything we thought we knew about who we were or who we are, and what we wanted, where we were going, what we stood for as a society, is all coming down. It's all coming into question. It's all crumbling around us. You can see that. It's so interesting. Look, literally, this card, and this, by the way, this is the center of the reading. This is the center of the recent past reading for the society. So this tree is getting struck by lightning and gets caught on fire. And that's pretty intense because we know I'm in California right now. We were just in the middle of a bunch of wildfires that happened randomly, and a lot of things burnt down to the ground, and our world's been under kind of chaos for a while now. And what's interesting too is it's in the picture, it's caused by the elements of nature, but it's like, well, how much of that is actually being caused by nature, and how much of that is being caused by like divine timing and justice, right? Justice or karmic judgment from Earth itself, because the Earth itself is only going to take so much of what we thought we were that is actually damaging, that it's going to utilize its own forces in order to regulate or balance the scales. So that's really what I'm getting here, is like this whole thing is part of the Earth balancing the scales for and to us, if that makes sense. And then death right before it, right? So literally, I mean, I just realized, like, death, like how much death have we been through, as literally death. Figuratively or metaphorically in the tarot, it represents transformation, and I know that's true, but quite literally, right, you can see the skeleton of some animal or bird, and as a society, as a species, we've definitely had a literal die-off as well, as a result of things that maybe we've taken for granted, or that we haven't seen clearly, that we've been in unbalance within. So Earth took things into her own hands, is really what I'm getting here. And this led to Five of Pentacles, a lot of uncertainty, depression, sorrow, and instability, particularly in the finances and businesses. Society itself, right, feels like it's under all this. Look at this, Rose is dying under this heavy weight of the blackness. It's like, oh my gosh, like what is going on right now? Like we are just being weighed down and heavy, and we don't know where to go or what this is or what to do. And we're just going to sit in it, and we're being forced to sit in it for as long as Earth deems it's necessary. Actually, this is just the heaviness of what we've had to endure, or what we've chosen to endure for ourselves through all this death, through the Tower. Moving into the Five of Swords. Chaos, and self-destruction, and destruction of those around us as well. So the Five of Swords is really about maybe not seeing who the true enemy is, not willing to investigate further in your own self, and rather choosing to look outside of yourself and to blame and attack others around you. And that in turn causes destruction and even more chaos. And it's this negative, vicious cycle that's never ending. That is, constantly just kind of keeping us in this whirlwind of non-clarity, not seeing clearly, not seeing the truth of what's actually happening. Because this is the truth. What Tarot speaks the truth, right? The truth is we brought this upon ourselves. And we brought that upon ourselves because the Earth retaliated when it was time to retaliate. And we've been doing things not right for a long time, and retaliated in a very intense way, and forced us to really deal with what we've been putting out to the Earth, or what we've been doing to the Earth, which then caused us to look outside of ourselves and blame others and go into a frenzy. But then we have the Ace of Swords clearing things up here. And so what I feel we're just coming out of, or coming into now, Ace of Swords, is we are coming into a little bit more clarity about what is actually going on, why this is happening, why it's happened to us, and what we can do in order to find clarity, to cut down or cut away anything that's untrue, that's making us question in the wrong direction, question others, question, how others may have hurt us, or how we were a victim, or just any of the BS that's circulating right now. That's like, this is causing us to really come into a place of logical clarity, so we can actually find clear answers about what things need to be done, things need to be changed, in order so we can create something new. Ace of Swords is done with this. Let's start something anew, and let's do it from a perspective of what we've learned in the past or what things are actually true deep down underneath. Ace of Swords gets right to the truth. Cool, right? Am I the only one who thinks this is cool? If you guys have questions, again, so we are doing, just as a quick reminder, because I know people are joining, things like that, we are doing a live tarot reading on the society overall, where we're coming from, our present, and then the future, right? And this is coming from, right, this is just being channeled. I invited all the guides, angels, ascended masters, like they're here guiding us right now. And we are learning about what's happening, why we're here, what we need to know, most importantly, and where we're going and what we need to change potentially. That's going to be the next one I draw. This is what we need to change, like advice from spirit. All right. So if you guys have specific questions about why this is happening or where we're going as a society, leave them in the comments. Let's go. Participate. All right. We're pulling the present cards here. Okay. Well, this looks more hopeful. All right. So we have the Son of Swords, first card up. We have Judgment. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Mom of Pentacles, Mother of Pentacles, also called the Queen of Pentacles in the tarot. The Emperor. I love the Emperor because it's my energy. Aries, yay. The Son of Swords, also known as the Knight of Swords. And the Four of Wands. Okay, this is our present. So I feel like Son of Swords and Judgment comes together. Oh, I'm sorry, Son of Wands. So Son of Wands in our present moment, this is a very passionate, intense, fiery energy of wanting to move forward very, very excitedly. It's almost like this immature energy of like, okay, let's go, let's do this, like let's get moving, like let's create something new, like right? But it's almost like there's not room for that to happen just yet. Right? Because Judgment says, wait a minute, you haven't atoned for all the things that you've actually messed up or mucked up that are preventing you from moving forward, buddy. And so Son of Wands goes, no, I'm good. Like, okay, I get the lesson. Like, come on, can we move forward? And Judgment's like, okay, no, not quite yet, because the light still has to come down and the darkness still has more to be uprooted from, right? Or more to uproot. There might be a feeling of like wanting to move forward really passionately for a lot of people, but not really quite knowing how to or where to go, or being blocked. Yeah, that's it. Being a little bit blocked by the things that are still needing to be healed or to come up for all of us. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Eight of Swords in our present moment. So what this means to me is like we've kind of like we've almost, what I'm getting is like we've almost set ourselves up into our own trap here. We've almost set ourselves up into our own trap. So you can see this thing is hanging, this butterfly is hanging with its wings closed and the swords all surrounding it like this. Not wanting to face what is real. That's it. Not wanting to face reality. Trying to hide. Trying to stay in its cocoon and not face what's actually really happening. I feel like a lot of us are in this space where we have a choice and we're like either just hiding the heck out and trying to wait through the storm, or actually facing the music. Because trust me, guys, we are not going to get through this as a society by just hiding it out and just by waiting around. I promise you that. We need, and this came up really strongly in yesterday's reading for I think it was for the Love Tarot, but we need every single one of you guys to get activated, to come out strongly and to start utilizing your gifts in whatever way that is authentically, that actually helps the world. And what I believe is if you are authentically using your gifts to help the world, if you are authentically using your personal gifts that you are passionate about, that's really, truly you, it already helps the world. Like it by default is designed to help the world in some way. So Eight of Swords says, what are we hiding? What are you hiding from? Why are you hiding? What's keeping you back from looking at reality and facing these swords? What are you scared of? because we need you. And if we don't get action now, if we don't get activation from everyone now, we're going to have to face these swords regardless. We've still got judgment raining down upon us. So I'm asking you right now, and the guides are asking you, Tarot's asking you, look at those swords. Look at those swords really. Look at where they're going. Look at where we're going. See what's really happening. And then choose to act based on that. So I promise you, if you look at the reality of where we're at right now, right, and you don't just kind of try to like put it off or hide or just keep going back to what you've always done, maybe try to find a job or, I don't know, just not do what you know you're supposed to do or you want to do. Actually, forget about that. Don't do what you think you're supposed to do. Do what you actually want to do. That's productive. That's it. Do what you actually want to do that's also productive. And that's how you know you're going to make an impact in society. And you can only get to that place by facing the swords, facing the music. Mother of Pentacles. Mother of Pentacles, also known as the Queen of Pentacles in the tarot. This was in the middle of the spread, right beneath the tower. And it's no coincidence, guys. This was like this. Okay. Tower and then the Mother of Pentacles. This is the beauty and the love, the feminine energy, the nurturing energy of Earth. This is Ceres in astrology. It's the asteroid of how we receive and get nurtured and feel love. Goodness gracious. I mean, this is what we're realizing is most important. We are realizing how important it is to know how to receive and give love in an unconditional way, to have compassion, to have real empathy, to see other people for who and what they truly are, to see ourselves for who and what we truly are, and to give our love, and to learn to receive that love as well. But we are learning the power of nurturing. We are learning the power of healing. We are learning the power of intuition, and we are learning the power of what it takes to take care of things in the right way. I always think when I see this sign or this card, it makes me think of someone special in my life. But also it makes me think of just love and nurturing in general. It makes me think of the earth itself. It makes me think of that feminine nurturing yin energy that needs to come out in all of us in order to heal, in order to heal from this destruction in the recent past. And we're there. This is in the present moment. So we're there. We're doing it. Right? We're alive in it. That's the beautiful thing. And then moving to the Emperor. Beautiful Aries energy, fire energy right here. Beautiful stuff. I mean, regardless of everything else and what you think is happening right now or what's happening in your life, this is making us all step into our true power and who we and what we really are in order to make an impact, in order to take control of this situation in a productive, harmonious way. So we are finally, right, we are learning to heal, we are learning to love, but also we are learning that we actually control the outcome or have impact on the outcome of our planet, of our earth, of our society, of our everything we need. We have this power inside of us, each and every single one of us. And I mean every one of us have a special power inside of us to make a tremendous impact upon the earth. The Emperor. And this is beautiful too, because you can see now this is the sun shining on a fully healthy, beautiful tree. And it's almost like this sun has helped to protect and help to nourish and help to strengthen this tree as opposed to tear it down. Step in your power, everyone. Last two cards. We have, I don't know why, but I'm feeling called to read these together. We have the Son of Swords and the Four of Wands. There truly is an energy of this possibility coming in, I think, right now. Or I think if it's not here right now, then it's in the later part of the presence. But what I feel is like they're really, there's a new place that we're all trying to go, and from that place we can create anything we want. But it's going to require everything be torn and broken down first before we can actually get to that place of building it up anew. And the Four of Wands, you can see here, it's like almost like a portal that comes through this light. And if you want to get super woo woo, this can represent like a new dimension that we're heading into, or raising our vibration. But really, it's just a new destination. It's a new place. It's a new horizon we're all trying to get to. And the Son of Swords wants us to go. It's ready to go. It's excited to go. Right? We have literally, this was the last two cards. So it's Son of Wands, right? That passionate, fiery energy looking to move forward. And then we have the Son of Swords, right? So fire and air energy. And this is like, okay, can we utilize the power of our thoughts to control our actions in a way that's going to help progress us forward? But it's really going to be taking control of the mind, is what I'm getting to. Because the Emperor and the Son of Swords are right next to each other. So taking control of our minds and harnessing that, that's what it is. Harnessing the power of our mind, the Four of Wands power. Harnessing the power of our minds, learning to harness the power of our minds and productivity, and controlling that in a positive way. Okay? Because if left uncontrolled, the mind itself, right, will default to a place of scarcity, or a place of loss, or a place of anxiety or depression, or something that's not really serving us. So how do we gain control of this and stop viewing and watching and feeding ourselves the things that make this crazy, and then become attached to that, so we think everything's crazy, as opposed to, oh no, that's just the mind. Here, I'm in the body, I'm in the heart. Okay. And through that transformation, through going into the body and realizing truth of who and what you are and what you want to give, we can all progress together to this new place. But I do feel like we have to step into our hearts, step into the way we give and receive love, and nurture others and ourselves. Really, I'm getting to ourselves. Yeah. Good stuff. We have one more row to go. I'm going to just drink some water because 333. Drink some water here so we can continue on, guys. Oh my God. That's good ass water. This is pristine hydro water, by the way, which means it's been fully filtered by reverse osmosis, remineralized, and swirled around, so it has the same electromagnetic structure, like it's smaller actual molecules that replicate the same water from a stream or pond to make it more bioavailable. Really cool. And then alkalized as well from the minerals. So it's like awesome water. Pristine Hydro, great company. Shout out to John. All right, let's keep going. So in the near future, we have Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands. I know these things may or may not mean anything to you guys, but I'll show you the cards in a second. Eight of Wands, 7, 8 of Wands, Four of Swords, the Empress, the Mother of Wands, and the Two of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this. So we're coming out of the dark, guys. We're coming out of the darkness, which is fantastic. Let me show you guys these cards. First card up, we have the Ace of Cups. So traditionally in the Tarot, Ace of Cups represents new love and new beginnings and new opportunities. And I do feel like this is present for a lot of us. And this isn't a love reading, but I'm just saying, I think new love is on the horizon. It could be romantic love, or it could be just how we give and receive love, or there's a new beginning associated with how we love, right? But love is at the center of this. New beginnings and love is at the center of this. And it's a fresh new start. It's a fresh cup, right? It's an empty, fresh cup that is filled with possibility. It can lead the way out of this. And there's hope. There's hope should we follow this light. And we believe in this light. And we have faith and trust in this light and our own light to move ourselves out of this dark period. Eight of Wands, right next to it in the middle of this reading. This is about sudden clarity and inspiration about who and what we really are. So I feel like we're going to be coming into a new realization about our actual power, the way we utilize that power, the way that we can progress forward in and within that power. We are just suddenly being inspired to make change, brand new changes to society overall, and we're not going to be stuck where we were in any sort of paradigm. That's what I'm really understanding here or hearing is like we're not going to be stuck in any paradigm that we've been stuck in before. So everything that we thought we knew was good, whether it was financial system, governmental system, schooling, college, right? All these things that we thought were like the right thing or proper or the best way to raise someone. It's like, no, like actually, no, it's not good at all. It's actually really bad in a lot of ways. And it's gotten us to a certain point. Maybe it served a certain purpose, but I think that we're going to see through those systems now. We're going to see like just how bad that they are in a way that hasn't allowed us to evolve any further. I think we're going to be coming into clarity about that. Yeah, Four of Swords. Four of Swords. So to me, this almost represents the fact that now that we see who and what we are, we feel protected and nothing can harm us. Right? Typically, this card means that we're kind of taking a break from all the danger. But what I really feel in the near future, like, is like we've set up our own invincibility to the darkness. We've now set up our own invulnerability to the darkness. We now protect ourselves with our own internal power, and nothing dark can now affect us. So we've come into this new way of being, this new inspiration, this new clarity that's allowing us to move forward in an elegant and protected, invulnerable way that's going to lead to a whole new paradigm. It's beautiful, guys. It's really beautiful. Look how calm and relaxed this lamb is, too. Right? You think it's about to get slaughtered, but it's not. It's just sitting there like nothing's happening because it knows it can see the truth from the dark swords above, and it's not going to be fearful of it anymore. And that's where we're all going. Right? How many of you guys have been fearful of the dark or fearful of what can happen or fearful of something that's just not really something to be fearful of? I know I definitely have. And next up, we have the Empress in the near future. So we have the Empress. So this is fertile bountiness and creation, feminine power, true feminine divine power, creation, and manifestation of a new earth. I really just feel like this is a new earth. Like we had the Tower in the past, and then again we have another tree in the near future, the Empress. I really feel like we're going to be creating a new form of fertility for the earth to create a new chapter. And we're going to be doing it in a way that's just so new and fresh and alive and different from the past paradigms that we've been living in, because we're all going to have this inspired clarity about what's actually been going on. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Okay. And then the Mother of Wands and the Two of Wands. Mother of Wands and the Two of Wands. So this is a lot of good, fiery sexual energy right here. And sexual energy not in a just like a sexual way, but sexual energy in a way of like, let's do this thing. Like, let's really create something special and move forward in a way that's never been done or seen before. I feel like the new earth or whatever we're creating in the near future is going to be very exciting. There's going to be a lot of possibilities. There's going to be a lot of growth, and there's going to be a lot of determination to create something brand new, to create something that no one has ever seen before, that's going to move us forward, that's going to be divinely inspired, but also divinely, but also humanly inspired. I feel like it's going to be a human creation, actually. I feel like it's going to be a human creation. What I mean by that is like we're going to recognize our own power as human beings to create. And then we're going to be, once we realize this, and we realize we can actually create whatever the heck we want, we don't have to lay victim or lay a whim to the whim of all those that were dark around us. things are going to be on fire in a good way. Things are going to be really on fire and moving forward in an ultra progressive way. And those of us who have not had the opportunity to create what we wanted to create in our lifetimes, we're going to have that opportunity. You're going to have the opportunity freely and fully to create the life that you want to create. And you're going to see and feel that opportunity very clearly, much more clear than you ever had before, because the systems are going to be broken open, and the systems are going to be now allowing us to actually utilize our power in a way that serves us, as opposed to stealing from us or serving something or someone else or some other agenda. It's going to be serving us, actually us as a people and as a society. And no more are we going to be pouring out our cup to something or someone that doesn't serve us anymore. That's just to keep us alive or in survival or programmed in a certain way. It's going to be totally brand new. We are really, truly going to come into this place of creation. And I can't wait. I really, truly can't wait, because that, to me, I just feel like I've been locked in this place of like knowing how powerful I am, or feeling all this power, but not being able to properly bring it out or to utilize it, and feeling like it's trapped inside of me somehow because I just didn't have the system around me that allowed me to express that, right? Or for me to freely express who and what I am, because the way I've been programmed, or the way that we've seen things as good or bad, or appropriate or inappropriate, like it's just been very restrictive. Like think of how restrictive the systems around you have been in your life. Think of how the systems like school, like college, like, and I've been to all these things, school, like college, like the financial system, like the housing market, like everything, right? Think of how restrictive the nature of those systems are. The political system. Think of the restriction around that. Think of the boundaries around that. Think of the elitism around that, right? Have you really truly had the say or ability to create a system that's really truly fair for everyone, that allows everyone to be in their power fully and to express themselves in the way that they were meant to express themselves? Or did it take 22 years for you to finally get out of all the systems, for you to then finally start realizing who and what you actually are, because you're finally not a part of the systems? This has been my experience, right? But I know many others out there as well. So this new freedom that's coming in, this is all just being channeled down too, by the way, just so you guys know. The guides, the ancestors, the angels are here. Uriel and Michael. The freedom that is going to be there now, that's going to be out there and allowed, is what's going to allow us to feel that fiery passion to help us move forward in a way that's never been felt. And that's very exciting. That's very passion driven. That's very much new. And it's a full new world of possibilities coming very soon. And I do feel, just if you guys want, this is the third angel number I've seen. I've seen 333, 444, and 111 on this Facebook Live. So cool. It's how I know the people are here, the guides and the angels. Yeah, I forget what I was going to say, but they just want, timing. I was going to say timing. Timing is about 12, like December 22nd, December 21st, December 22nd, something around there. Is going to shift everything, or that's going to be the culmination of this last cycle that's here right now, that's been oppressing us. That's going to be the end of like seeing the exposure. Like we're going to have fully seen and been exposed to everything, good and bad. And we're now going to have clarity, Ace of Swords, to be able to move forward in a way that's going to create a whole new world, new beginnings, where we shine our own light. December. I feel December. Okay. So if you guys have questions, please let me know. Now is the time for questions. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and type it on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever you're at. If you guys have questions for the guides, the angels, for the tarot, ask now or forever hold your peace, because we are going to put these cards away and we're going to do one final read for advice that Spirit and our guides have for us in these incredible new times that we're living in. Okay. So wait just a second for any questions that are coming in. If not, I am going to go ahead and questions. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave these here for now, and then I'm going to draw from a different deck for this one. Yeah, I'm going to draw from a different deck. So the next section here, we're going to be asking, what advice does Spirit have for us? Okay. And we're just going to do a very simple 7-card spread. I'm going to put it over here this time. And I love this. I'm just surrounded by the tarot. We're going to do a 7-card spread, and we're just going to ask, what advice does Spirit have for us right now as a society, given what we've seen in the past, in the present, and in the near future? What advice, if any, well, it says how it's going to have advice, for us to do right now, or what for us to be or to focus on? That's really the question. What should we focus on right now, Spirit? Guides, ancestors, angels, loved ones, in order to help this process along and to move forward. Man, this deck, I always mess the shuffling up. Exciting times. Thank you guys for hopping on. Those of you guys who popped on. Okay. Questions are welcome to ask any questions at any time. Hopefully everyone's hearing me okay. If you have some concern, because I'm trying to run Facebook and I got that one. Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I'm hoping that is going through. Let me just check out Facebook here. All right. Calling in the guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones, wise ones, please, as a society, what advice do we need to know right now that we can focus on to help co-create the future that is best for all of us, our highest destined good? How can we help you co-create this future as individuals? What can we each individually do in order to co-create this future? Okay. All right, I'm hearing cut the deck once. And I'm hearing 7-card spread with 1 underneath. Okay. All right, what advice do we have moving forward, given everything we've learned so far? This is the Universal Worth Tarot, by the way. It's my favorite tarot deck. What advice do we have so far in order to help us move forward? Final advice for this reading in particular, because I think we're running out of time here on the Instagram, and that's okay, because the replay will be up. If you guys are seeing on Instagram, we are live on YouTube as well. Signs of the Soul and Stars, and this is where I pull, and we'll go from there. Okay. That's interesting. So that ended up being a 6-card spread with 1 card underneath due to space. And I felt that was right. Underneath the deck, we have the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. So there might be, in terms of advice here, the advice is to find stability in your life. If you don't feel too stable right now, or something's going on that's causing you to feel unstable, find stability somehow, somewhere, either internally or externally. And actually, what I'm hearing now is create that stability. Learn to create that stability within the instability that you are feeling and perceiving right now. That's what I'm getting with this Four of Pentacles. Remember, this is advice, final words of advice from Spirit in order to move forward. All right. So turning this over, we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Five of Cups. We have Justice. We have the Hermit. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the Eight of Cups with the Ace of Swords crowning it. Beautiful stuff. So I'm going to show you guys these cards. We have the Page of Pentacles up number 1. We have the Five of Cups up number 2. We have Justice. It's the second Justice we pulled, by the way. It came out twice. It was the crowning card in the first reading. Those of you guys that missed. So balancing the scales, things are getting balanced out in a major way with our karma right now. And that's actually the purpose of why things are feeling weird and separated and distant. It's like things are settling out right now and getting figured out in a major way. And we are learning to deal with that, to face, right, reality of what we've created upon ourselves. Tower. Five of Cups, we have Justice, we have the Hermit. Okay, the Hermit. Love this reading so far as advice. So we have the Five of Wands after that. Interesting, because this is a man, almost reminds me of Christ, who is on these pentacles. I'm sorry, Wands. And the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. And as the major theme of the advice here, besides the Four of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Swords. That's also the second Ace of Swords that came out. The first Ace of Swords came from a recent past. So Spirit is really telling us to get very clear and precise with what we actually believe is true, with what we logically want to create in our life, and separating what scares us or the fears that aren't true from reality, and to really cut down to the core of the truth of the matter in our own lives. So each of us right now, I know there are untruths and there are truths you're dealing with right now. You need to spend time focusing on cutting those untruths out to get to the truth of who and what you are and who and what, what you want to create. Right? Ace of Swords is really coming in strongly right now. Page of Pentacles as the first one up. So this, again, what I'm getting is like there's a need to create a new form of stability here. Like there's a new initiation into trying to create something stable. And if you haven't created something stable for yourself yet, emotionally or tangibly in the world, like, come on, like go create that thing. Focus on that thing first and foremost. Practice emotional stability in your mind, right? Ground yourself. Understand the reality of the truth of what's going on and focus on the details of your life as well right now. It's a very important thing. Five of Cups, stop dreaming and being lost in your own feelings. Okay. Don't let your feelings get the best of you, is what I'm feeling here. Don't let yourself be stuck in the feelings of despair or hopelessness or depression that you may be feeling. Now, Five of Cups, this is what it typically means. It's representing itself as a plentiful cup. And what I'm getting for this is really that's what it is. It's focusing on the abundance of love that surrounds you. Instead of focusing on the despair, the hopelessness, or the things that aren't working out emotionally for you, focus on what actually is working out for you and what is surrounding you that wants to be abundant, that wants to invite you in to be and live in pure abundance. Because there are things out there in your life that want to give you what you are worth and what you are worthy of. So allow those things to come in, receive them, and don't let everything else go. See here, this card, right? There's two cups cheersing each other or coming into contact with each other by the birds, and the three others are left empty. So to me, this represents focusing emotionally on the things that actually matter in your life, that are actually wanting to reciprocate your love as opposed to drain your love. Beautiful. We have justice and the hermit. Justice and the hermit. Justice again, right, as advice. I think Spirit's saying just really get clear. Really get clear on what you're allowing into your life that's no longer serving you, that needs to be let go of in order for you to find balance within yourself. That's really the message that's coming through. Is Spirit wants us to find justice or harmony or balance within ourselves. And we can only do that by separating ourselves, the hermit, or isolating ourselves from those things that aren't contributing to finding that balance within ourselves. So this is happening right now. I feel a lot of us are being isolated or separated, or things aren't progressing the way they've been progressing right now because we're seeking to create and find balance and stability within ourselves for the first time in a new and unique way that's spontaneous and interesting and just fulfilling, really fulfilling. And that requires separation. That requires balance. 5 of Wands. Okay. Oof, man, there's a lot of feelings coming up for me for this card. A lot of feelings. I think this might sound a little weird, but I feel like Christ is with me. I'm not a particularly religious person. I was raised Catholic, and Christianity has been around me for a while. I don't identify as a Christian or Catholic, but I feel like Christ is with me right now. And because I feel like he's one of the guides that wants to come here. He's definitely shouting himself out right now. And he's just saying to me, like, look, if I could I'm going to just try and channel what he's saying directly to you guys. Remember what I did for all of you guys in the past that led you to where you are now. Don't take that for granted, he's saying. Don't take for granted what I chose to do for all of you, because it wasn't something that was ever supposed to be taken for granted. But what he's saying is there's almost been like he's a little bit intense right now. He's almost saying like it's something that people have forgotten, that people have taken for granted, that people have no longer identified with, right? The Christ within us and the sacrifice that he made in order for us to live in the way that we do with the freedoms that we have. And he's saying, don't forget about that. Don't take it for granted. Like, remember, he's very intense. Like, he's staring at you through this card. He's staring at each and every single one of us in love, going, hey, remember this. Remember what happened. Remember the power that he helped to give you, to provide for you, so that we can have the privileges and the love and the freedom and the power we have today. And we've forgotten that because we've given our power away to something and someone else in a system that's not allowing us to truly be and express who we truly are. And so what I'm getting now is it's not in like a blaming you kind of way. What he's saying this because it's like we are so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. We are so much more powerful than we even have realized. Instagram, I'm going to restart this live in just a second. So give me 1 second. It's about to end because the hour's up. Facebook and YouTube, give me 1 second here. Wow. Okay. That's the 3rd time in a row I haven't been able to save my Instagram live video. That's so weird. I'm just going to upload this. And start again. All right, beautiful. We're back on Instagram Live. So weird that I could not save that video once again. It's crazy. Natasha, I see you there. Are you still there? I don't know if you're still there. Natasha left some eyes there. we are back live. So I couldn't save the video again. I have no idea why it's not letting me save the video. Maybe I don't have enough space on my phone. I don't know. All right. So we just got past Christ. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups. Now the Eight of Cups, all right, to me represents the abundance that we have available to us at any given time. And for me, it coming after Christ, I didn't even see this was next to it. It coming after Christ consciousness, or the Five of Wands, or the Christ reminder of how powerful we really are. To me, it represents that there is so much power and abundance and love we have available within our storehouse. So much that we don't even realize. We have no idea what we can actually do with that. Like, I'm just feeling and thinking about like every single human being on this earth that's working at some job or some institution or stuck in some situation where they just can't move forward or actually really express themselves in a way that's meaningful to them and to the world. And they feel like that's life. Like they feel like that's all they have to offer, right? Just picturing this for some reason, this woman at McDonald's, she's Latina, and she's just like, she's working so hard, and she's like, it's just hopeless, right? It's just like, why does this have to be like this? And it's like, there's so much like, but it has to do with what we've allowed ourselves to be stuck in, or to be submitted to. That's so not right. It's so not right. And we're waking up to that. I'm so excited because we're waking up to that. That's the main purpose of this whole reading, is we're waking up. Ace of Swords as the crowning card, the last card in advice, Ace of Swords. So cutting through the bullshit one more time. I'm just going to show both of these Ace of Swords. One has a lightning with a snake around it. The other one's stabbing what looks like a crayfish in the ocean. And so it's getting to the heart of the matter, the deepness of the truth of the matter, of the core of the matter, and getting clear and seeing it for what it is, and not allowing anything that's untrue to exist anymore that's been oppressing us. Ace of Swords coming up twice, Justice coming up twice. Yes, this is totally for reals as a society coming into a new way of seeing and realizing what the world has actually been like, what's actually been going on in the world. And it's incredible because we are going to be coming into this new sense of profound clarity and profound freedom and passion that we've never experienced before as a whole world, as a society. And it's going to be incredible. It's going to be fantastic. And I cannot wait for all that stuff to happen. There's so much good in these cards that are showing themselves right now. Just joining Amplified Living, Soul Living, welcome. We just did a full tarot reading for the past, the present, and the future as a society, where we came from, where we're going, where we're at, and also advice. And the main themes of it was karma's being balanced in a huge way right now for everyone, individually and societally. After the breakdown, the tear down, the death, and then now the transformation of what's going on. Hello. And then, right, what we're doing in the midst of this is we're actually relearning what our power means to us, relearning what our power is to us. We're awakening to what that power is, and also the power of love. And we're learning how to utilize Amplified Soul Living. This is crazy. My Instagram live has not saved to my phone 3 nights in a row. I have no idea why. It's been crazy. So I've been having to post it on YouTube. So if you miss this, the whole thing will be on YouTube after this. My channel is called Science of the Soul and Stars. So definitely go check it out, and definitely subscribe if you want to catch all of these, because I'm going to start doing these collective societal readings more often. But we're learning right now to integrate our own power, to learn the power of how to love and what love actually is, both receiving and giving. And once we learn this, we can learn how powerful we truly are with that love. Like, I feel like love is going to be our new superpower, or our new power in general. And as we come into that power, we're gonna have the ability to move forward in a brand new way, to create a whole new world and create this new beginning. Ace of Cups, this is in the near future, both in the way we love, giving and receiving, romantically as well. I do feel romantically has something to do, a big part to do with this. And then we are going to be coming out of the darkness into a new way of light. And this light is going to be so brand new and so exciting and so bright because we've experienced the true darkness. And it's like this darkness has been, what's up, Damu? This darkness has been there the entire time, but I'm sorry, the light has been there the whole time, but it hasn't seemed that bright or exciting because we've thought there was already light all around us, and we haven't compared that to what the darkness actually feels like. And right now we're experiencing darkness, and we're going to experience even more of it. We're going to experience the depths of it. Okay, we're still going into it, but crowning the whole reading, right, the star. So knowing that underneath it all, literally underneath the deck, but underneath all of this, there is hope. There is a new world coming. There is something that's even better on the horizon that we don't even know is happening behind the scenes for our highest good, 100% for our highest good. We are coming into a new way of being as individuals that allows us to see clearly and to protect ourselves from the darkness effortlessly. Like, I just feel like this lamb in the Four of Swords is just like chilling there with the sun on his head and just like completely invulnerable to any BS or any darkness that wants to try and come through. Yes, amplified soul. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at our recent past here. What we drew, we have the death card, quite literally. So we're, and the whole crazy thing, crowning the middle of the past reading is the tower. Look at the lightning striking in a tree, right? The earth itself coming up into flames and falling down around us, but as a result of our own doing, Nicole, nice to meet you. Welcome to the channel. And then, finishing out the near future, moving into, right, Eight of Wands. So suddenly having this new clarity about what's possible, who and what we are, how we utilize our power, how we actually love one another, and creating a brand new, completely fertile and passionate new earth and planet, creating something brand new with all this newfound power, energy, enthusiasm, Mother of Wands and Two of Wands that we have in our capabilities, that we have in our storehouse, and creating something that's going to allow for everyone to be able to utilize their power in the best possible ways. That's not going to be oppressive or restrictive, like we talked about everything else, all the systems currently existing, but that's going to be opening people and encouraging people and allowing people to really have that creative freedom to express themselves in the most authentic way, in the most powerful way that's going to impact everyone around them. I'm going to live big last year. Live big. I don't know what the event that was. I might be forgetting that. Live big last year. Live big. Let's think about that one. All right, guys. Well, that's about it. We've been going for over an hour, about an hour and 10 minutes here. I'm going to check. Let's see. So YouTube's here. YouTube, I've got at least someone. We've got 2 people on Facebook. What's going on? If you guys have any questions that you want me to ask the tarot or the guides that are here, we have Jesus here. We have Michael and Uriel. We're going to clear up the cards now. What's going on, Scott? We just did a whole, I don't know if you've been watching, man. We just did a whole societal, it's going to be up on my YouTube channel, past, present, future, where we're going, tarot and guided reading here. So, it's been exciting. It's good stuff. Crazy stuff, actually, that's coming. Crazy stuff. We had Justice come out twice and Ace of Swords come out twice. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so any other questions you guys have, let me know. If not, check this replay out at Science and Soul and Stars on my YouTube channel. The replay is going to be up. Hopefully I can get it up on my Instagram. If not, definitely check out that YouTube or on Facebook. Yeah, I'll just see if there's any last messages that want to come through before we get off here, because I feel like there are. All right, let's see what we can channel here. Asking for any last messages for the collective or the audience or anyone watching this that needs to know Any last words? Okay, I'm just going to channel this directly. So what I'm hearing is, remember to have and maintain hope and faith in a stable and open way for when you produce and create that hope and faith in a stable way, you give permission for others to do the same emotionally. So it's almost like you creating your own sense of hope and faith. And this is kind of what I'm hearing is they're answering, how do we actually do this, right? How do we actually move forward as individuals? It's like what they're saying is, as you create your own sense of stability in your own life, you give others emotionally that same stability that you are feeling within your life. So you're actually creating stability, and through stability comes more truth and clarity. So all the thing to do to focus on, and it makes sense because Four of Pentacles was at the bottom of the deck when we first opened up as what's going on right now. So, that theme, or I'm sorry, the second deck, that theme really is telling me, shouting to me, it's like, that needs to be a focus right now. I know there's a lot of other stuff going on around us right now. Like there's chaos in the mind, there's emotions, there's despair, there's confusion, there's distraction. But like, let that go and really come into what you would need to do or create in your life to allow you for stability, like real stability, emotionally and physically, by the way, on an earthly way. Because that stability that you are going to cultivate is going to impact others, I'm hearing, in a very positive way around you. So your tribe, or the people around you, your loved ones, your close ones, will feel better, more secure, more safe by your sense of stability that you are creating. So focus on that right now, because it's going to be important in the short-term future. It's going to be important, what I'm hearing. It may not seem important right now. Like, it may seem like everything's kind of okay, but it's not. We're being asked to create our own independent stability, non-reliant upon anything or anyone else around us, like truly. Because right now the temptation is to just sit around, to avoid what's really going on, and to rely on something or someone else to provide for us. And I'm telling you guys right now, that is not the way to go. That is not the way to go. No. It's like, move away from that. They're saying, move away from that and really use this opportunity to create the thing that you can create to create stability that's also authentic. So it's stability in an authentic way. That's what I'm hearing. This is the chance. This is the opportunity that we have right now in this space that's being created. Now, it's scary and difficult and kind of unknown as well, but you have to remember that that's because we've never done that before. Most of us have never been given the opportunity to go out and create something stable that's uniquely, authentically our own, that's going to provide for us, right? I'm seeing like planting these little crops that are going to actually provide for us something substantial for the future in an emotional and practical way. So that's totally what I'm hearing. So whatever is distracting you from that, let that thing go and just focus on that thing. Just focus on that thing. And everything else you think you want or you desire is going to come as a result of that. That's going to attract others who are looking for a ship, who are looking or need a lifeboat or a ship, so you can give love to them. You can give stability and love to them. Okay. Anything else? Yeah. They're saying have love and empathy for yourselves at this time. It's not every day that they're saying it's not every day you go up against your worst darkness and your worst nightmares and you face the demons within. Yeah, I mean, really, truly, like, that's, this is my commentary. Like, that's what I feel is happening. Like, we're all facing the demons within. Like, you don't have to, but if you're on this journey, if you're doing this stuff, like, you're really facing these demons, this devil, head on inside of you right now. And it's scary and it's hard and it's tough. And it's like, but this has to be done. This has to be done in order to get clear. In order to find that clarity, this demon inside needs to be slayed. And you slay that demon by going inside and facing it head on and discovering your own power to slay that demon, and not being oppressed by it. So have empathy and love. Have empathy and love as you go through this process, because it's impressive and it's groundbreaking and it's unprecedented and it's brave, very courageous. And they're saying that's all we have for tonight. All right, well, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you guys so much. Nicole, it was great to see you again. I don't, you'll have to remind, I'll have to look at your profile and see who you are, because I don't remember you at this moment, but I'll check you out and see what's going on. Those of you guys on YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Replay if you missed the whole thing. It's fantastic. It will be up on my YouTube channel, Science of the Soul and Stars, shortly. All right. So thank you guys. Love you guys. Love and light. Good luck. Love yourselves. Find your power. And I'll see you very soon. There'll be a lot more of these coming out very soon. Take care for now.